Hey guys, welcome in this new video. I hope that all of you are doing great. So in this video, I will share with you guys a couple of tips on how you can grow your small trading account. So for those of you guys who maybe don't know who I am, my name is Anthony. I've been trading for 5 years. So I started to trade at 15-year-old and today I am 20 years old. And so it's been quite some time that I've been trading. And at the beginning, when I was 15 years old, well, I did not have a lot of money, obviously. I had about $200 in my first account, even a bit less than that. And so over the time, I've been able to take this $200, trade with it, and eventually grow that account. Over time, I also switched to different accounts and things like that. But I started on a very small account, and well, right now I'm trading on a pretty big account, let's say, and that is what I do full time. So, there was a major shift that happened in the last 5 years. And so in this video, I want to explain you guys exactly what I did to make this work and all the tips that you can also apply on your own. So I think I'm very much qualified to talk about this because I've been through this journey myself. I know what it is, I know what it looks like, I know what are the challenges. And so in this video, I want to kind of maybe try to guide you as best as I can throughout this process. So just before that we start, as always guys, please leave a like under the video. I would really appreciate it, and the video would be recommended to other people on YouTube, so that would just help grow the channel. And make sure as well that you are subscribed to the channel, well, if it's not already done. So how to grow a small account. So as I said, I'm going to give you guys a couple of tips, and they are all very important, obviously, because you cannot just grow an account with being a beginner, right? Like, you need to be very solid and very good at what you do in order to make this account grow. So everything has to be kind of working together, okay? So first of all, the first thing that you guys have to understand is that growing a small account or growing a big account, at the end of the day, it's pretty much the same thing, okay? And the reason why is because we look at things from a percentage standpoint. So we don't talk about money, we talk about percentage. That is the game of trading. So when we will decide our risk management, we will decide it in terms of percentage and not in terms of the money, okay? That's really important to understand because a lot of people think that they need to act differently when they have a small trading account, and in reality, it's probably not the best idea. You want to treat your trading account just like as if it was a big trading account, because eventually, if that is your goal, well, you will get there and the rules will not really change along the way, okay? So first of all, you need to have a proven trading strategy or a proven system. Call it whatever you want. Most people on the internet say strategy, so I'm going to use that word, okay? So you need to have a proven strategy, okay? So you need to learn from someone who has the experience how to trade, and then you need to test it for yourself and see if you can make it work. So how can you learn this? Well, there are a lot of information on the internet. Then you can read books, or you can take a course, or you can have a mentor. There are plenty of different ways of how you can learn this. Now, I know that I have my own course, but you don't necessarily need to learn from me directly. I'm not the only good trader out there. So you can choose anybody that you like and learn from this person. And that in itself will be a great starting point. But you need to make sure that the person that you are learning from is a real trader with real results, with real experience, okay? I'm really trying to make this clear because there are a lot of fake people in this industry, a lot of scammers, a lot of people who just want to sell you something. So you need to take the time and really make sure that the person that you are going to learn from actually has results and can prove their results, okay? So that's the number one thing that is really, really important for all of you guys who are just getting started into trading. Once you have this, so once you have started to learn how to trade and you are becoming more comfortable with this, well, you need to backtest your strategy. Now, the reason why it is important to backtest your strategy is to basically have an idea of the type of results that you are going to get. So for example, how big would be your winning streaks, or how big would be your losing streaks, or what is the biggest drawdown that you could get yourself into, okay? So you want to have these kind of metrics and these kind of statistics known before that you actually start to trade live. So number one, right, I'll make this very clear. You find yourself someone that you can learn from, and then you learn well how to trade. Then you try it out, right, and you test it, so you do back testing in order to collect data about your trading. And once you have this data, we can move to the third point. And the third point will be to select your risk management. Now, when you have a small trading account, you guys need to understand that if you risk very, very small in terms of percentage, it will take a very, 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 very long time to grow this account. So one thing that you can do, which I think makes sense, is that if you have a small trading account, you can increase your risk just a little bit, right? Just a little bit, not too much. Don't go crazy, don't over risk, right? That would be the worst thing you could do. But what I mean by increasing your risk a bit is that instead of risking, for example, just 1% per trade, you could decide to risk 2% per trade or even 3% per trade. These are okay risk management if you are able to handle the drawdowns properly. And that is the reason why it is important to do backtesting. So just to give you guys an example, let's say that you do your backtesting. Let's say that you do 100 trades, and after 100 trades you see that your biggest losing streak is 8 trades. Okay, now we always want to make these numbers a bit higher because in real life, with real money, with real trading, it's more hard for people to manage their emotions and things like that, so it might get a bit worse than that. So let's say that you did your backtesting, and then after testing your strategy, you figure out that your worst period of time, you had 10 losses in a row, okay? Now, what are we going to do with this number? Well, if you have 10 losses in a row, then you need to ask yourself, okay, on these 10 losses, how much am I willing to lose at the maximum? Is it 10%? Is it 15%? Is it 20%? Is it 30%? Etc., right? And so once you kind of figure out this number, then all you have to do is divide that number by the amount of losses, and that gives you your risk management. Okay, so let's say that you backtest your strategy, you lose 10 trades in a row, then you're like, okay, how much mentally and emotionally I think I would be willing to lose and willing to get myself in a drawdown with these 10 losses. So if the answer is, let's say, 20%, that would be the maximum that you could handle, then you take 20, you divide it up by 10, that gives you 2%, which means that on your account, you will need to risk 2% per trade in order to kind of respect your own psychology and your own mindset and your own emotions, if that makes sense, right? And so once you have that figured out, well, you will be ready to trade. And so over the time, you will grow your account and things will just start to work by themselves. Another thing as well that you could do in that situation, if you have a small trading account, is to put a little more money into the account every week or every month, depending on what you prefer. So let's say that you start with a 1,000 account. Well, you could try, for example, to just put $100 more every month or every week. As I said, it doesn't really matter. It's up to you and your own situation. But if you have a small account, what is good to do is to put more money into this account. And the reason why is because, as I said at the very beginning, we always look at things from a percentage standpoint, which means that the more money that you have on your account, the more money that you will make. So the percentage will be the same, but you will still make more money because you have more money to start with. And so when you have a small account, the long period is really the beginning. So at first, it really takes a long time, to start making money, start growing your account and things like that. So if you are able to put a bit more money every week or every month in your account, it will just speed up the whole beginning of this journey. And in a couple of years, you will be able to achieve big numbers. So that's exactly what I did. I started with 200. Then I took some trades, I made some money, I grew the account a bit. Then I put more money into it. I repeated the process, put more money into it, repeated the process, and after 5 years, well, I achieved a pretty big account, and now this is what I'm trading on, and it's just a constant process. Now, when you have a big account, just like I have, I don't put money into my account anymore. So I'm not going to deposit money every week or every month because the account is already big enough that I don't really need to put more money into it. It just grows by itself just by trading on it. But when you have a small account, that is exactly what I did, and it just speed up the whole process the first few years, and then it kind of leads you in a situation where you have a much bigger account to trade with, and this is where you will really start to make a lot of money. So the last tip I guess I could probably tell you guys as well is that, of course, during this whole process, you will need to be extremely patient, okay? It's not going to be easy, it's going to be long, but if you really just enjoy the process, if you are patient throughout this whole journey, eventually, sooner or later, you will get to big numbers and you will be able, well, to make a lot of money from trading. The only question is, are you going to be patient enough to get to this position, right? So just to recap everything I just said, really to make this 100% clear for you guys, you learn how to trade properly, you backtest the strategy, you determine the risk parameters of your account. If you want, so that's kind of an additional step, if you want, you can put more money every week or every month on your account to speed up the process. You are patient throughout this whole journey here, and if you do this right, well, I think that after a couple of years, you can get to pretty big numbers. So that's the blueprint. That's exactly what I did, and that's what led me to where I am today. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope that it was clear. Once again, I try to be as precise as possible and go straight to the point. So if you guys like the video, please leave a like under it. I would really appreciate it, and make sure as well that you share the video around. That would be, well, much appreciated as well. So on that, take care, trade with care, manage your money well, and I will see you in my next video. Bye bye.